I can take that. I've developed a pretty thick skin over the years, and yet a lot of people out there watch those commenters don't understand videos and said, okay, this big YouTuber just doesn't understand YouTube comments. He gets triggered too easily, not really realizing how many real negative comments, how many really mean comments that we have to read on a daily and monthly basis for years. I won't talk about it too much here because I made a really long thread on Twitter about it, but a lot of people out there really underestimate just how many sort of mean and hateful and spiteful messages every single big-ish YouTuber receives on a regular basis. But even though comments are completely public and anyone can read them and reply to them, I don't really feel like the average commenter thinks their comment is going to be read, especially not by the channel that the video is from, especially if that channel is bigger than they can ever imagine. If you're someone that has 13 subscribers, you might not realize that someone with 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers or 10 million subscribers might actually stumble upon your really rude and mean and misguided comment. Anyway, I probably rambled on way too much in today's video, so if you watched this far, I appreciate it a lot. I don't know why you watched. I hope you learned something along the way or got a little bit entertainment. I just want to answer why I don't make those videos anymore. It really just isn't me. That's not who I am. I don't like putting people down. I don't like making fun of people.
What
but
the
those
fuck?
videos, they just got so many views, and that is so important.
Holy
YouTube
shit!
Growing channel.
What the fuck, Tartaglia?
I would say that I just never
What a
do those.
Chad!
Every single
Giving us a
day, every
fucking
single step that I
weekly
took
bounty
led me
boss
right
material.
here. I think going forward, especially in 2020, we're reaching almost the next
as
year.
his birthday mail.
Try to just not do those types of videos unless it's like a very special occasion. You might see me jokingly put it in a UDS top 4 deck profile title. You might see me use it for a live stream title. But unless I can find a more positive way to react to comments and actually teach people things while also laughing a little bit together without making fun of the commenter, unless I can figure out how to do that, I'm not really actively looking to do that right now, but if something sort of comes along my way where I'm like, oh wait, this is a big change that I can make to really help this series, you probably won't see a true commenters don't understand video for quite a while. I will say I really like the format of like the please don't play Steelboard Calicos video. That one really felt like I was answering some comments without calling anyone out and still educating people about the card. Anyway though, thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot I was recording. I was doing some writing.
Peace and good health should be enjoyed by all. If I can provide everyone with a life such as this, I...
Let's see what we can do with the event. This really won't work, actually.
It's time to pull the trigger.
Don't fear, Yo-Yo's here.
See to inside your application is just that terrible. But let's go ahead and try her again.
Look, Charlie, you and Gleb are getting married in Tomodachi life. Ah, isn't it beautiful? It's whimsical. Yay!
What do you mean I'm getting married? What the hell? What?
Oh, well, yeah, it's like a game where you put little versions of your friends in there and then you see what they do, and sometimes they get married.
So you like set it up that I get married to Gleb?
No, it's random. You know, it just kind of happens.
Well, I don't really view Gleb that way. Well, to see the thought kind of makes me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. I didn't really think that far ahead.
I mean, I guess it's just the algorithm that's just kind of made it happen, but... Wait, can you say no if they propose a relationship?
Yes, you can.
So you say there was a point where you could have just shut this down and not made me marry Gleb?
I got a little too into it. I'm sorry.
Him, that's really weird.
Holy phone, I heard that game had a controversy that you could not do gay marriage.
Well, yeah, it's because I made one of you a girl.
Wait, why?
Well, you see, I have more male friends than I do female friends, so I just kind of wanted there to be more chances to have children appear. That'll be cute.
Well, am I the girl or is Gleb the girl?
You are.
Yeah, I really don't like that. I'm rather comfortable with being male.
Well, I mean, like, Gleb has a girlfriend, and I heard a rumor that your girlfriend died.
What?
In like a steamroller accident.
Zoe's fine. Where did you hear this?
I don't really remember. I just heard she got hit by a steamroller.
To be fair, I heard that information as well.
How does this happen? What? You know what? What he just said just de-escalated
Damn, that was fast.
I feel better.
Yeah, me too.
I actually don't need to play the game
Let me print this
anymore.
on a kid show so I can justify putting this here. If you're a kid, get out by CodeMenu.com. Use code Goobus for 50% off one item plus free shipping and handling in the US and Canada. Some exclusions apply. 24/7 customer service and discreet packaging, so no one will know. Click on the link and
Thank
go
you
on an
for completing
adventure if you're
today's
an adult.
commissions. Here is your reward.
Arma Police. Arrest this
Astra at-
man. He's wanted for several war crimes. Come on, boy.
To put it in layman's terms, oof. This is the worst article I've ever read. What is up, guys? DZ here, and welcome back to another exciting installment, something you all have been asking for. Actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Player reviews clickbait Yu-Gi-Oh! Articles and critiques them for accuracy. Now, this has happened a couple times on this channel. I've reviewed different websites that have written articles about Yu-Gi-Oh! And in almost all of those cases, they're writing articles from a perspective of someone that doesn't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! And just like looked up a couple forums, maybe saw people writing other things about certain cards. A lot of times, the ones that are based on prices, like the one in this video, or the one that we're going to start off in this video, they're sort of just based on like eBay listings, not necessarily completed listings, but just ones that are out there, so they're wildly inaccurate. That's not that funny to sort of look at, so what I'm more interested in looking at is this one. So this one says 15 surprisingly strong Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and 15 that just aren't worth it. And the stuff found on this list, I've only looked at the first two sort of entries, and oh my god, are they amazing. So I wanted to look at this one. Of course, no hate meant to Colby Tortorici, I don't know. No offense to Colby here. I'm sure he's just doing his job. And this was written very, very recently, which I think is why this one is circulating more. I haven't sent this probably 10 times in the past couple weeks here, so this was on March 13th. So anyway, let's take a look at what are the 15 cards that they don't think are worth it, and 15 cards that are super strong. Here we go. Strong. The Seal or Orichalcos. So, oh look, or wait, it says, okay look. While the real-life Orichalcos can't match the Sealing Soul variant of the anime, it clearly isn't anything to scoff at. They're ignoring the part where, like, it prevents you from, like, special summoning stuff from the extra deck. Like, they're just ignoring, like, the biggest downside of the card. So that's kind of funny. Also, why don't they, like, show the, hopefully in more of these, they show the card artwork and the card effect, because even though they described it here, they're describing it in a way that is missing, like, the two big downsides of it, that it blows up your special summon monster when you activate it, and you can't special summon from the extra deck while you have it on the board. Or is it that you just can't special? I'm pretty sure it's that you can't special summon from the extra deck while you have it on the board. And I mean, to be fair, Seal Orichalcos did see some play in some stun decks, namely the ones using like Thunder King. A 2400 attack Thunder King is pretty darn good, at least it was at some point. But I mean, this card's never been that strong. So this is already sort of where we're starting off. You can kind of guess how the rest of this list will go. They're seeing right off the bat Seal Orichalcos a little bit stronger. And we have next, not worth it, Panther Warrior. Panther Warrior is one of those, I'm a 4-star monster that has 2000 attack, yet I require some weird trade-off to attack monsters. There's really a whole line of these bad boys, Panther Warrior trade-offs that require contribute to attack. Ew, no, why would you ever want this? Who writes that in an article? Distribute Summon, a 2000 attack monster. This is a card that should only be used in dire situations. The only one I can go, the only situation I think use it is in don't. Holy crap, that sentence is weird. So what I found funny about this one, so these were the two that I saw, right? So what I found funny about this one is that it's saying the solution to like a card like Panther Warrior is just tribute summon a 2000 attack monster, something like Summon Skull. And I think already that's sort of showing how dated this article, or the person that wrote this article is in terms of references. If you don't know, over the past couple sets, over the past couple years, they've been releasing common cards of every single type that are normal monsters with 2000 attack. No drawbacks, normal level 4 monster with 2000 attack. So really the sort of argument against Panther Warrior is just play a normal monster with 2000 attack. Why bother with playing an attack monster that has a drawback? Next up, strong March of the Monarchs plus God cards. And are these not showing the effects for any of these cards? It's a kind of, I don't know, it's a little shady. Anyway, it's not even suggesting the field spell, which a lot of people in like the Why Don't I Place the God Cards video suggested, like, what is it, Mound of the Bound Creator? This is March of the Monarchs. So the God cards aren't perfect. Good, they watched the video. I mean, this keeps coming up, right? March of the Monarchs, the argument for it is not that different from the article, or the argument for Mound of the Bound Creator, just because they're both the same situation where if you're already investing 3 monsters to one normal summon, especially a normal summon, if you have to play additional cards to make that payoff worth it, or even sort of worth it in the case of the God cards, if you have to activate another card on top of that to actually make that 3 tribute normal summon worth it, well, I think that just goes to show how bad the God cards are. I won't waste too much time on this to talk a lot about the God cards being bad, but I think that anytime someone suggests things like the field spell, or March of Mines, or any sort of additional support outside just tribute summoning them, cards that take 3 monsters to summon, to normal summon, should be good enough on their own where you don't have to have an additional card in your hand, because to that point you're using your entire hand to get out this one monster. That's obviously not very good. But I just think the argument a lot when people say, like, oh, you should play March of the Monarchs, you should play Mound of the Bond Creator. Well, if you need those cards to win, I mean, do you really need to be playing the God cards if they need that extra little oomph to, like, actually make them playable? Probably not. Alright. Like, why even put this in an article? Like, yes, like, level 5, 0 attack normal monsters and medium monsters are not good. Why was that worth putting in the title? At least Panther Warrior is kind of like an interesting topic, right? So 2000 attack, level 4 monster, but why bother putting it? Moki's not this roll a gasket. Because yes, normal monsters that have very little support are not good cards, although admittedly Moki is much better than these cards, because Moki Smackdown can lay down some serious pain. Moki King's kind of an interesting card too. Strong, win the match card.
Is there something about Moki I'm missing?
Pretty common occurrence in the Xyz days. No. These cards, often require you to lower your points so you can 0 with them, and if you manage to do so, you actually the matches that are
There's like Law of the Week
pretty huge.
as a spell
What?
card in that era, in the same era as Moki Moki,
wait.
but like, what
This
else
card
does he
can be
have
huge
nowadays?
Advantage in competitive play, and then in parentheses, which probably should have been at the beginning of the article, I would know I played in 1 day of competitive and won exactly 0 matches. That's probably the most true statement in this entire article. All old non-effect monsters. Remember all those days such as Winged Dragon, Guardian Fortress number 1, Silverfang, Baby Dragon was like regular monster with no effects. Yeah, they're literally pointless now. I would argue all 3 of those cards were trash back in the day, and actually I know they were trash back in the day because we can look at the old school deck list and know they didn't play any of those terrible normal monsters. So to say that they're pointless now is sort of like misleading, right? Because they were always pointless. Unless they're a monster like Dark Magician that has an article around them, monsters that don't care about effect aren't worth going into your deck, period. Unless it looks cool, then it's totally worth it. Hey, Cosmo Queen. Lots of, it's just so hard to read these articles. I don't get it. Like, someone has to enjoy these, right? I know that, like, most people just make fun of these, but someone's out there, like, demanding these articles are maybe not demanding, but they're enjoying reading them, like, on a lunch break or in the morning or something. Instead of reading the morning paper, they read the Gamer, and they read what Colby has to say about cards that are good, but I don't get it. It just doesn't hit me. Like, it doesn't make me laugh. It makes me laugh, but not in the way that he, like, intended. Strong, masterpiece of true equals. Oh, you think a card that is banned and that plagued the competitive landscape that is unaffected by 2 of the types in the game, depending on what you trigger, you think that's a pretty good card? You think a card that's searchable, is a searchable god card? Does he mention that it's like a god card? I hate this, me too, fam. This card can be unaffected by everything if you play your cards right. That is wrong. It can only be unaffected by 2. Can you just, like, stop for 5 seconds and let me breathe? Boy, isn't that a relatable, sort of nostalgic ex-video player comment? Can you just stop for a second and let me breathe? I urge all of you at next tournament to during a match, before it's comboing off, say, can you just stop for a second? I just need to breathe for 5 seconds. Not worth it, White Hole. What is that? That is not the artwork for White Hole. What is that? Is that like from the anime? I have no idea. That must be from the anime. I can't even. That is not. Alright, well, anyway, I guess if the White Hole looks like anyone. White Hole to stop Dark from affecting your monsters is the same problem as Anti-Regeki. It's a card. I mean, yeah, obviously it's terrible. Moving on. Strong Apple Magician Girl. This is like close to being like competent because Chocolate Magician Girl actually saw tons of competitive play in many different Light Sworn decks. It's a really good spellcaster level 4 monster. Has a ton of different synergy with cards. It's water, so you can make Bahamut Shark and totally awesome with it. It's a spellcaster and it triggers off spell cards or spellcasters, so you can like discard like Fairy Tale Snow and stuff. It's a really cool card actually, but Apple Magician Girl, really terrible card. So not worth it. Attack the Moon. Okay, I know this card was made specifically to explain one of these little what moments from season 1. This is truly just such a specific card. On this card that I have to mention it. I'm like dying. I'm getting a stroke like reading this. This spell card allows you to destroy a spell track card your opponent's out of field if they rock monster control change battle positions. That's just so oddly specific. You think that's where you're drawing the line. Attack on the Moon is too oddly specific for you. Strong, Regeki, obviously. Do I even have to read that one? What does he have to say? What was once a banned card is now a not banned card. Very, very insightful. What a great. This was not edited by anyone. I refuse to believe this was edited by anyone. Can someone tell me if this is a website where you can just post whatever you want with no edits? Not worth it, Anti-Regeki. Why are you... You already talked about this card of the White Hole. This list is killing me, guys. Strong, Mischief of the Time Goddess. Used with the Valkyrie archetype, Mischief of the Time Goddess is a lil baddie. A lil baddie. This card allows you, as long as you only have Valkyries on your side of the field, to skip straight past your opponent's turn and into the next battle phase. To put it in layman's terms, oof. This is the worst art club ever written. This card allows you to keep Valkyries that shit out of your field after 1 turn, and also allows you to get 2 turns worth of hits in at once, which is not a bad deal at all. Well, except the fact that you're playing Valkyries, which is like garbage. Funny story about this card, it's not programmed into Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro because they can't figure out how to like skip the battle phase and maintain the player turn. I guess it works on like Dueling Book, right, because you don't have to, it's all manual. But as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro goes, you really can't play Valkyries at all because their only good card is a card that doesn't work, so it kind of sucks. For Valkyrie players, Strong, Golden Castle, Strong.
Nice.
Okay, I guess I know what
that kind of sucks.
Is that weren't these one saying season enemy? I don't know. Wasn't that like the battle at the most recent WCQ? Well, certainly not the little doozy she was when Siegfried hacked the entire Duel Monsters made from the anime. It's still good. That's not how you use ellipses. When did this become like a laugh at a non-Yu-Gi-Oh player writing my Yu-Gi-Oh cards to like an English major like correcting this person's grammar? I just feel like if you're writing an article, you should like know how to like write articles. I don't know what else you want me to say about that. Of course this card is terrible. Very insightful. Strong, Lyralist, assembled Nightingale. Make sure if you top with Lyralist with his excellent, really cool 5-card combo that you shout him out. Shout out the gamer at author Colby. Make sure he gets a shout out. Not worth it. Cool, really. In the end of Toon Kingdom, Toon World, oh, just like the card itself. Yeah, Toon Kingdom's treats Toon World's on. I mean, that's pretty fair, actually. Strong, Red Eyes Toon Dragon, relatively to the other Toon cards, Red Eyes Toon Dragon is really, really good. Unironically, relatively to the other Toon monsters, but relative to like other cards in the game, I don't know. I'm just waiting for like what has any competitive cards been mentioned this entire over Geki, right?
Into the shadow.
I guess it's just for Geki. I'm trying to think of like any competitive Masterpiece. For Geki and Masterpiece. I was trying to think of like how far out of the game this guy is. Because he hasn't really mentioned a lot of modern cards. I mean Lyralist, but that's kinda like casual bait, so that makes sense. But are those in the anime? They must be, because it's like really bothering me actually that he isn't posting any like card effects or stuff. But yeah, I guess Red Eyes Dragons probably feel like what this guy's used to seeing, that's like really good stuff. So anyways, not worth it. Dylan's armor cards, they don't exist. So yeah, they're not. Yeah, these cards that don't exist are not worth it, just in case you're wondering. What I'm curious about is if he's going to mention that the Wing Dragon of Raw Secure mode is good because it tributes 3 of your opponent's monsters, or if he's going to mention it's good because it summons the Wing Dragon of Raw. Place your bets now. I'm betting he's going to say this card is good because it summons the Wing Dragon of Raw easier than just tribute summoning it, and that's what makes it so powerful in his mind. But that's, I mean, obviously it's not true. Let's take a look. This spherical monster that literally almost sent my Valentine in the actual pits of the underworld has some great uses. For one, you can sacrifice your opponent's monster, use it, and if we sacrifice something before the attack against Brigand Raw, which is one of the best rock ones you can have out. There's only 3 of them, and this is one of them, so it's like 50-50. Like this can only summon Phoenix or like the Winged Dragon of Ra. I don't think it's summon itself. So of course, you know, if you want to use Ra, it's going to be the best way to do so. Oh, and the real card doesn't require an actual ancient chant to awake. Yay, yay indeed. Not worth it. Dragon Master Knight. Yeah, obviously not. Retrained Ritual Monsters. Retrained monsters are stupid.
Haha, I can murder you with Chlorantha now.
While retrained monsters can be fun taken, all resist monsters, there are some retrained counterparts of this aren't that great. Blacklist Soldier Issue by Chaos, but combine these cards with effect versions of the cards that seem useful, and they have ritual versions that show the effects. Aren't these like, aren't the retrained versions the effect versions? Are these really considered the retrained? I feel like the ritual monsters are where it starts, and then the retrained versions are the effect versions. I'm like 99%. Yeah, there'd be no way that you would release Blacklisted Soldier and Warrior of the game, and then release Blacklisted Soldier. Like, I refuse to believe that. I think this guy is like it backwards. Strong, Mirror Force. Well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it's like, what do you think? What kind of cards do you think this guy thinks are good? Mirror Force, probably. Oh man, not worth it. Use our friendship. Yeah, pretty obviously. Sorry, I'm just like, this is like killing me. Strong, Dark Condition. I mean, like, what? Like, what did you expect? This, from what I've gathered in this video, I think this person plays Lyralists, Dark Conditions, Tunes, and probably like something else that's like trash, but like clearly like his main competitive deck is Dark Condition. And he took it out like one tournament that he said he went to, and won 0 matches. Definitely Dark Condition. Not worth it, Dark Condition Knight, obviously. But Dark Condition Knight, pretty cool looking card, pretty cool looking, one of those weird parallel secret rares. I like the card a lot, actually. Strong Chaos Emperor Dragon. Chaos Emperor Dragon has a unique ability to allow you to move every single card from field in each player's hand and 30 cards into the graveyard this way, inflict 300 points damage to your opponent. That means you can inflict over 8,000 damage to your opponent in one go. He's clearly like an old school player, so I think he would have to know about Yagurazu. You know what I'm saying? Not worth it, Lava Golem. As he mentioned because of Kaiju's, Lava Golem was a cute little card. You can sacrifice 2 monsters on your opponents and they get a powerful card at the cost of 1,000 life points per turn. There are 2 outcomes here that either, you know, get rid of the card, or they use it to beat you. That's only one or two turns left, and your opponent's card is going to decide main duel. This unnecessary credit isn't good in there, but I mean, not understanding why this card is good at all. No comparison to Kaijus, which is very surprising to me. Once Kaijus are imagined as like supposed to be. Considering how modern cards, really, because I mean, like. The Dark Vision cards, while they aren't modern cards, but the newer ones, they're just kind of played as super casual. Really, it's very surprising that Masterpiece made it on this list. I wonder if he, like, at that one competitive tournament he went to, he must have played against a Draco player that just, like, smashed him with Masterpiece, smashed his, like, 40 archetype card Dark Vision deck, and I'm just wondering how Masterpiece got on this list. It just is so out of place, very strange. Do you know how much power must be running through your veins and you get to yell, Exodia, obliterate? I mean, I don't know, it's never been able to imagine it, but I can imagine quite a lot. This is the oldest instant win monster in the game. It's still effective. I mean, that's just wrong. It's never been effective. Even today, you can stand decks around drawing as much cards as possible and draw Exodia, followed up with a Mind Crush, and you got yourself a winner. Followed up with a Mind Crush. That's what he did in the anime, right? He said, like, Mind Crush, and then, I don't know, I just know every time I look up Mind Crush artwork for a thumbnail, like, there's, like, a clip from the anime that always pops up. I don't know, I didn't watch the anime. Not worth it.
Literally episode 1.
Gravity used to be a fun little...
It doesn't take that long to watch.
Really likes where
to find out where the clip comes from, but yeah.
Stop everything from attacking, whittle your point down little by little.
It's a bit overused, and the context... Without the context destroyed into oblivion, much like Kaiba's mind in that scene, everyone just thinks that's Yugi being a fucking dick for no reason.
And I imagine people that, like,
when in reality, that's supposed to be him doing Kaiba a favor.
Because, like, it takes them back to, like, a nostalgia thing. And sometimes, like, I read articles about games that I used to play, and, like, I guess I should question how accurate they are, because if someone hasn't played Yugi in a while and they're reading this, and, like, they're learning about how broken Exodia definition are, maybe that's, like, a little misleading. But I don't think these things are, like, maliciously made. I think this is someone just making it for fun, which is perfectly fine, but if they can make it for fun, I'm going to have fun reading it for you guys on the channel. As always, I'll put a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Goodbye.
In most of the FNAF games, sound cues are often used to assist the player in gameplay, with some games even being designed purely around the mechanic of sound. Sound design helps to enhance the horror of gameplay. But with some game knowledge, it also gives the player enough clues to make calculated guesses and decision-making regarding animatronic movement and positioning. Season 5, he just moved to 2, we're going to seal 2. He moved back to 5, and now we're going to do a M5 event cancel, so if we see static 5 events. Well, in the game where we have to keep track of the most animatronics, this rule is no exception. Sound cues are used all throughout Ultimate Custom Night. And in this video, we're going to see if it's possible to beat Ultimate Custom Night's 50-20 mode without any sound. I hope you enjoy. Because my Ultimate Custom Night AI breakdown is still in the works, this video isn't going to go too deep into this game's AI. We'll just cover what we need to know in simpler terms. Also, just as a heads up, the script for that video is only 1/5 done, and it's already 30 pages, so yeah, look forward to a Bones 5 feature-length film on this game. Now, let's get into the rules for this challenge. We're going to have to beat Ultimate Custom Night's 50-20 mode on the vanilla version of the game without any sound. So, no UTR unlock for Zor spawns. Also, for fun, we'll ban power-ups. But honestly, these don't really make a difference overall. Now, I still recorded the game with sound, so I can explain strategies better when we get to them, but you'll see that I have my headphones off, and I tried to tie my hair back so that I could show my ears. Unfortunately, there's no camera angle that I could use with my current PC setup that would show both of my ears, so you're just gonna have to kind of trust me on this one. With that said, let's get into this challenge. First, I'll be going over a simplified version of the 50-20 strategy. Then, I'll explain what we're going to have to change in order to complete 50-20 without any audio cues. Our 50-20 strategy revolves completely around the death coin.
I mean, it's kind of impossible to show both ears at once, right?
Or just mouse over them on the cameras, you'll collect Faz coins.
Or at least it's a little hard.
To buy plushies and the death coin, with the death coin costing 10 Faz coins. Our goal for the first portion of the night is to get 10 Faz coins to buy the death coin as fast as we possibly can. However, if you try the intended method of farming
I wonder if
fast,
Rosaria
like
increases
camera to
swim
camera and bouncing
speed as
over
well.
them, you'll soon realize that it's way too slow, but also you're in a lot of danger from many different threats when you're in the cameras for so long. So, we're
Or
going to
if
explore the
possible
fact
to
that
decrease
blocking
stamina
animatronics at the
consumption.
doors and clicking help me gives us
Climbing usually
while setting
includes
up other tools
sprinting
in
as
the office that
well.
we can work with throughout the night. The most common way of doing this is to place an audio alert in the duct's in the left corner. Then place a vent snare on the left. Then go to Toy Freddy's camera and block off Mr. Hugs. Then you
Which I wish the game clarified further.
over and over again until you have enough fast coins. However, if you're a bit more advanced and you want to look super cool, which is mostly what I do,
Actually, gliding and sprinting also works. Because sprinting is considered to be the exact same, whether you're on the water.
A second to avoid Golden Freddy. And whenever Balloon Boy stands up, you quickly flick over with your flashlight.
Or on the ground.
You can also take note of who's on the desk. If it's Foxy, add a check in there to reset its progress. Now here's what that looks like in real time. Once you've blocked the
I like the way the dress floats around.
resistance, you're gonna have to deal with Plush Trap. This funny guy right here is Zor. Zor has a 1/2 chance to spawn on every 10 plus 1 second interval, so 11, 21, 31, etc. Plush Trap is always gonna show up in Funtime Cove 14 seconds after Zor. An 11-second Zor would result in a 25-second Plush Trap. A 21-second Zor would result in a 35-second Plush Trap, and so on. If Zor spawns at 11 seconds, wait until the 26-second interval to avoid Rockstar Bonnie. Then watch Funtime Foxy's camera to get rid of him. If Zor spawns at 21 seconds, do the same process but for 35 seconds. If Zor spawns any later than that, the strats are more in line with no death coin routes, and we'll save that for the guide video. Once Plush Trap dashes away, set your monitor on camera 2 and drop the cameras. Congratulations, you've now completed 90% of the difficulty for 5020 mode. From here on out, you're never going to take your cameras off of Cam 2. This will stall all 3 of the plushie animatronics without ever needing to buy their plushies. Now, for the rest of the night, we're going to do what's known as office stalling. Basically, only a few select threats can spawn or interact with us when we're just sitting in the office. These threats are usually the ones that end up being really annoying for this challenge, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, we just sit in the office and wait till the ventilation's about to go out. Reset it, then wait again for as long as possible, and repeat until the night is over. This is a gross oversimplification of the 50-20 strategy, but for our purposes in this video, it's all you need to know. Now, let's get into some of the character changes when we take off the headset. These are all of the characters that I found to be affected by not having access to audio. Let's start with some of the easier characters first. Freddy, Boy, and JJ all have the same problem. When you close a door in Ultimate Custom Night, whenever a character is ready to attack, will bonk on that door after a certain amount of time. For almost every character in the game, this is 0.5 seconds. And for Freddy, it's 1 second. Without sound, we don't know when these characters bonk. So this can lead to opening doors too soon, or leaving them closed for too long and draining power. I found that during the beginning coin farming sequence, I would often open the vent too early and let BB or JJ in. And during the stalling portion of the night, I wouldn't know for sure when Freddy was gone, so I drained a lot of power keeping the door closed on him. Chica and Music Man are what's taken care of with the GMB cycle. I chose not to include this in the main strategy portion, but it's essential for completing 50-20 mode. On every 14-second and 44-second interval, you want to turn the global music box on. On every 1 second and 31-second interval, you want to have the fan and power getting on. Normally, you need to listen for Chica and Music Man's symbols to know if you're in danger. But as long as you stick to this cycle, you'll never make enough noise for Music Man to get angry, and block every single one of Chica's opportunities to progress. Though, if someone else begins to make noise from an error, it's impossible to tell if Music Man's angry, so it's best to not let that happen. Fredbear and Nightmare are some of the harder animatronics in this challenge. On every 5-second interval, check up, they have a chance to spawn. When they spawn, they'll make a laughing sound that pans to either side.
Loaded.
Obviously, we can't hear the sound. Luckily, they do provide a visual cue when they're in the office as well. You can see their glowing eyes in the darkness of the doors. Closing the door on them for 0.5 seconds will cause them to bonk and leave, similar to Balloon Boy and JJ. However, our main issue with Nightmare and Fredbear comes when we're using the cameras for extended moments of time at the beginning of the night. In a normal 50/20 playthrough, we can just hear the laugh and close their respective doors while we're managing other animatronics. But here, we are forced to look at each door to see if they're there. Once Nightmare or Fredbear spawn on the door, you have 3.33 seconds on 20 ad to get rid of them before they jump scare you on the next cam flip. So it's a good idea to never be in the cameras too long. I found most of my deaths from these two when death coining Funtime Foxy or when watching Plus Track. The only times of the night you're in the cameras for an extended period of time. Phone guy can also be a bit of an issue in this challenge. With all this stuff going on in 50/20 mode, it can be kind of hard to notice his mute call button. And you don't know what to look for because you never hear him calling. If the office is dimly lit, like when Shadow Bonnie appears, or when the ventilation's about to go out, it's easy to see the mute call button against the dark background. But dealing with a bunch of different threats at once, sometimes Phone Guy would end up calling, and I end up losing to music because I couldn't see his mute call button. That was a good one. I can't lie. That was a good one. Now, our last two animatronics are far and away the most difficult threats for this challenge, and they are Ballora and Afton. Ballora and Afton are the only two animatronics in UCN that are based purely around sound. So, how do we deal with them? In a normal game, you'd hear Ballora's song from either doorway. Once the song begins to play, Ballora sets a 2.83 second timer for her attack. You'll have to close whatever door she's at and she'll walk on the door. Afton is pretty similar, but will always come from the right vent like BB and JJ. Once the crashing sound starts and the lights begin to flicker, you'll have 1.167 seconds to close the door. Once those 1.167 seconds are up, Afton will check if the door is closed or not. If it's closed, he bumps. If not, he attacks. So, how do we deal with Ballora and Afton? Well...
Hey there! Hey there!
Yeah, they can be a bit difficult. Though, there is a way. You see, whenever Ballora and Afton show up, the screen begins to flicker. And if you're on the cameras when Ballora shows up, she disables them. Though, reacting to this flicker will decrease the overall reaction time you have compared to when Ballora attack. The screen flickering only starts once you're 1.66 seconds into the attack, giving you 1.17 seconds to react to Ballora. We don't know what side she's going to be on, as we don't have any sound. So we'll have to close both doors and reopen them when the flickering stops.
Test subject.
However, Afton throws a wrench into this whole plan. The screen flicker between Afton and Ballora is almost indistinguishable without sound. So, in addition to having to close both doors whenever the flickering starts, we'll also have to close the side vent in case Afton shows up. Afton has a 1 in 4 chance to show up every 29 seconds, and he'll only appear once in the night. But we can never take the risk of just closing Ballora's doors unless we know for sure that we're not on Afton's intervals. Unfortunately, they tend to sync up pretty well. Ballora has an AI-40 chance to attack every 14 seconds, so every other opportunity that she has to attack she'll only be within 1 second of Afton's interval. And this brings up another problem. Ballora and Afton aren't the only animatronics that cause this flickering effect. Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica will cause a less intense flicker when they enter the office for a blackout. What's really annoying about this is that Toy Chica's interval is the exact same as Ballora's, so we'll pretty much always have to close both doors whenever Toy Chica shows up. So our overall strategy here is to close all 3 of the side doors every time the lights begin to flicker in order to deal with Ballora, Afton, Toy Chica, and Toy Bonnie. Unfortunately, this is going to lead to us bleeding power. UCN is pretty unforgiving when it comes to having multiple sources of power on at once, so we're going to have to go green and optimize as much power as we can everywhere else in the game. The first step is the beginning section that I talked about earlier. When you coin farm the cruel way, you're spending much less time on the cameras overall, leading to a greater power save. The second power save has to do with Foxy and Bonnie. This figurine on the desk here determines which of the two is currently in Pirate's Cove. If Foxy is in Pirate's Cove, he's going to start slowly progressing into your office until eventually jump scaring you. So we always want this figurine to be Bonnie and not Foxy. In the old days of 50/20, players would close the front vent in the left door, then bolt the cameras to change the figurine. But it was found that changing the figurine isn't triggered by being on the cameras, it's triggered by the animation of the cameras being pulled down. So you can do what's called a zero frame flip. By mousing over the camera button just as you press the S key, you'll never actually be on the cameras, but you can still pull them down. The figurine has a 1 in 3 chance to change every 2 seconds. So ideally, you'd zero frame flip every 2 seconds until Bonnie was back on the desk, saving loads of power over the door closing strategy. Our last green running strategy has to do with Phantom Freddy. Phantom Freddy will slowly materialize as time goes on. Once he's fully present, he'll jump scare you, forcing any vent characters that are waiting during the office stall out, ending their run. Normally, you would just use your flashlight to get rid of him. However, this won't deter him for long. If you fully flash Phantom Freddy away, he'll be back and ready to jump scare you in 20 seconds. But if you let him jump scare you, he'll be back to jump scare you in 50 seconds instead. Interestingly, when Phantom Freddy does his jump scare, he doesn't trigger the vent animatronics right away. He'll actually be forced out 20 frames after his jump scare. So if you close the front vent right as Phantom Freddy jump scares, you can block all of the vent animatronics from jump scaring you, and save a ton of power. With this, we can make up some of the power that we lose in dealing with Melora and Afton. Now, let's get into the run. We normally I'd cook up some crazy montage of the challenge completion here. Instead, I want to do something different for this video. Because I never layer the game sound over the montage, I can't really show what makes this harder than 50/20. So let's go through the completion so you can see all the strategies that I used without sound. Let me know in the comments if you like this style better than the super hype ending montage. And also, if you've watched this far into the video, and you're enjoying so far, it would be really cool for you to subscribe. But only if you're enjoying the video. Remember that I did record game sound, I just didn't have my headphones on. So you guys will be able to hear game audio, but obviously I wasn't able to during the challenge. With that said, let's get into how I beat 50/20 without sound. Within the first 10 seconds, I'm doing the usual coin farming strat. Unfortunately, I do miss a lot of possible coins from Balloon and JJ from opening the side vent too soon, as I can't hear them bump on the door.
Where the hell is this entrance?
Dark spots on the doors for any eyes. The Nightmare Fredbear ended up spawning in on a 10-second interval, so I was able to take care of him pretty easily. Luckily, we do get the earliest possible Zor spawn at 11 seconds, so we're gonna watch Plush Trap at 26 seconds to avoid the Bonnie duo. Once I had all 10 of my coins around 16 seconds, I was able to get the Death Point and get Funtime Foxy out of the night. Because of how the coin farming turned out this night, I was actually able to Death Point Funtime Foxy while avoiding every possible 5-second interval, meaning Nightmare and Nightmare Fredbear didn't have a single chance to spawn. We did our first phone guy call here, but because Shadow Bonnie is present and it's in the middle of the screen, it wasn't too hard to notice. While watching Plush Trap, I noticed the cameras go out. This means that Melora is here. Remember, she disables the cameras when she attacks. So, we close all 3 doors in case Afton is also present. Melora visually disabling the cameras doesn't do anything to affect Plush Trap. So, I just stay on his camera for a while longer, then set the monitor on Cam 2. From here, we begin the office stalling portion of the night. We pass by a few Melora intervals and Afton intervals, but neither of them spawn. At 110, I have to do the first Phantom Freddy jump scare. Unfortunately, L Chip spawns at the exact same time, but I was still able to clutch it out.
There is a teleport
At
waypoint.
125, we have the Melora Afton combo. I have no idea that Afton is there, so I'll still end up closing all 3 doors on every flicker, but he is gone for the rest of this night. At 150, we get a Toy Chica and Melora combo. At this point in the challenge, I was about 2 hours in, and I was starting to pick up the slight differences between Toy Chica's
I guess
blackout
I don't
and Melora's
have it.
blackout. So sometimes I could save power by not closing both doors every single time Toy Chica showed up. At the 2-minute ventilation reset, literally anything that could happen, happened, and I end up having to use the max power bar in UCN. I don't think anyone's ever even seen this screen before, draining a whole 8% in the span of 2 seconds. With 36% power pace at 4 AM, I was ready to finish this challenge. I just had to clutch out one more cam flip and I'd be good to stall it the rest of the night.
That entrance isn't the one. It doesn't line up with what the guide tells.
With 16% power left, I knew I didn't have to risk doing the Phantom Freddy green run strategy, So I would just flash him for the remainder of the night. With 20 seconds left, all I had to do was manage my power, and 50-20 would be beaten without sound.
I think I'm straying too far away again.
Oh, finally! Yes! Oh, that was such an awful challenge, dude. I did not like that. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I was just here.
No AirPod, nothing going on there. Oh, good to be done. We've done that one. What's up, guys? We're back at the Tree of Life. It's been a minute since the FNAF block video, but yeah, we're gonna go outside for this one. So this is just the outro for this video. I do have a few quick announcements I want to make. First and foremost, you want to see me actually have some fun for once. No challenge, no masochism. Well, sort of a challenge, but you get what I mean. I'm going to be doing a 12-hour stream, probably more than that actually, where I 100% my favorite game of all time in one sitting. I'm going to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 entire way through on stream for you guys. It's fucking amazing. If you're looking forward to that, make sure you tune into that stream whenever it happens. I will stream the entire game. It'll probably be like 15, 16 hours. Pretty cool. Secondly, this is probably the most important one. I am looking for a merch designer. Anyone that has experience with clothing brands or anything of the sort, I would like to start making it official. The Bones Fight merchandise. I forget who made it in the Discord. I will put their name on screen, but this beautiful plushie here is another thing.
Whatever, I give up on that place. Probably needs a quest or something again. Good enough.
You need all the help you can get, bro, honestly.
In this series, both Nim Nim and myself will be opening 24 booster packs for one box of a core booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. But this time around, we'll be introducing side sets, a new banning system, and plenty of other fun surprises that you'll just have to watch to find out. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code SEMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. I don't know what Gage has been thinking these past couple episodes, but he has definitely been clowning around with this attempt to bring back Clown Control, just because it did so well for him at the beginning of the series. But it's a whole different ballgame now, buddy. There is spell and trap removal galore. That shit is not gonna fly. So we are back in the winner's circle, and we actually have a banning since I spun a ban ticket on last episode's wheel. So, a couple cards up for contention here. The cards that I'm thinking about banning are most likely Darkhole, Change of Heart, or Yatagarasu. I think those are the 3 largest threats, and I also don't want to ban a card that I also have access to, because then I won't get to use it. And those are the 3 biggest threats that I think Gage has that I don't. And Yatagarasu is a card that I feel like is going to fade into obscurity the further we get into the progression series, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that off of this discussion. But between Darkhole and Change of Heart, there's actually something interesting. So, looking over here at the screen, on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Database, the next shot I'm going to get to pull Darkhole is actually either, well, technically I could get it in, like, the turbo packs if I'm losing, because then I actually get 3 shots at it here. But the next core set where I will guaranteed have a shot at it is Gold Series Haunted Mine, which is still a ways away, but in all fairness, still isn't that bad, right? I mean, that's a chance to at least have it, and Darkhole's also a card that by modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Standards is also at 3, so it's not the worst. Change of Heart, alternatively, only has a few printings, and the next shot at Change of Heart, because we missed it in Dark Beginning 1, is actually Battle Pack Epic Dawn, which I guess to be fair is around the same time we get access to Darkhole, right? Because it's also 2012, but I mean, we still have shots at Darkhole here in the turbo packs too, right? And Change of Heart is still banned on the actual ban list, and Darkhole isn't. I think we'll take out Change of Heart. This card is a bit scary. We have outs to Darkhole as well, because we have My Body as a shield and such, and so we have counters to the card. I think it's fine to let Gage have a Darkhole, but Change of Heart is a disaster. I don't want to deal with this card anymore. I feel like the further we get into the series, this card's going to get worse and worse, and it's a card that Gage is never really going to take out of his deck unless we force his hand. So we're banning Change of Heart. It's gone. Now let's go ahead and get into today's episode, and that starts with us spinning the wheel. It just gets better and better. We won last episode, we got to ban something, and we get to spin the wheel. God, the wheel is so OP, but let's see what we get here. Come on, I really want to see another banning. Another unbanning would be nice as well, or if we get like a Starlight Rare wild card or something. Stop, 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 stop. Oh my god. This has never happened before. This is interesting. Okay, alright. Well, we're going to go ahead and leave this for now and leave you guys in suspense. Let's go ahead and throw it over to Gage so he can tell you all about today's set, Dark Revelation 1.
Back at it again. I'm the one looking like a clown these last 2 weeks playing that stupid clown control deck, man. We gotta go back to what we know. But today we have a very exciting episode because we're opening the second reprint set for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series. DR1 was released March 19, 2005, and this contains cards from Dark Crisis all the way to Pharaonic Guardian. So it's obviously a little bit weaker than that of what we had from LOB to like, what, Magic Ruler, Pharaoh Servant, all those sets in between there. This is obviously a little bit of a step back, but still having a second shot and getting a whole bunch of cards that we did originally is really cool. Alex has the luxury of having a redo her ticket. I do not. Whatever I get from my 24 packs that I opened today is what's going to be putting in my collection. The database changed the way they organize things, and they don't show the rarity of the cards in the sets for some reason, so we're going to have to go by this. This is broken off by rarity. So there's 30 different rare cards we can get. Big ones including Tribe Infecting Virus. We already have Magical Scientist, but we can't break it yet. A second stab and Skill Drain is never a bad thing as well. The supers, we got another shot at DD Warrior Lady, and then Spell Shield Type B, I think is not too bad. Also another copy of Necro Valley, a chance to get more of those. Not too shabby. You would think the ultra rares are the big ones, but the big ones are only Lava Golem, as well as Breaker the Magical Warrior. Those are the only two big standouts from this set. Blast Held by Tribute, I'm pretty sure isn't too bad either. And then the commons. We have another shot at all these Gravekeepers. Remember, I only have one Spy, so it'd be nice to pick up a couple more of them. Another shot at Metamorphosis, more Reasoning copies, Raigeki breaks. And the one other thing that I was really excited about is Tsukiyomi. I get another shot at her. I only have one of her in my collection right now, and she is still as relevant as ever. Definitely a lot smaller than the other set we opened before. 267 cards is not nearly as much, but hey, we have a chance to get what we need. I'm in the loser circle again, which means I gotta open the pity pack again. 3 more packs of Tournament Pack 5. Didn't have too much luck last time we opened it. I did get a Jowly, which was pretty bumping. Let's see what we get this time around. Nothing in number 1, that's okay. Number 2, another Pyramid Turtle, I'll take it. Put him in the bank there. Third one, that's a third Kaiku. You know what? That's actually not too terrible. We'll drop it in the collection. Feel pretty good.
Alright, a lot of powerful cards up for grabs in DR1. Probably not as good as Dark Beginning 1 in all honesty, but there is a chance for us to get some cards we missed out on in these previous sets. That also means there's a shot for Gage to get some of these cards as well, and that makes me a bit nervous. So, 24 packs of DR1. Let's see what we're getting. Holy crap. Kaiser Coliseum rearing its ugly head once again. Not happy to see that. This first pack is a bit of a dud. Reaper on the Nightmare is a nice card for Metamorphosis and possibly Instant Fusion. I'm not sure if you can Instant Fusion into this or not, but it's a card that was super in front at Guardian, and we didn't get it, but it's a card we can put in our extra deck. I think we only have one Gravekeeper's Guard, actually, so getting a second copy of this is pretty nice. The fact that Gage can get Spies is a bit scary. Okay, we're getting some Hollows, Interdimensional Matter Transporter and Question, both of which are probably not very good. I think our card pools sort of surpassed both of these cards now, but the Hollows are coming. Yes! A second Sakuretsu armor! We did it! We finally got more than one Saku! Oh my god, I am so happy we did reprint set this season. This feels so good. We might get another one too. Oh my god. Oh, that's neat. I'm not sure how many Apprentice Magicians I ended up pulling out of Magician's Force, was it? But that's pretty good just as a little mini engine later on. Also, Reasoning might be okay later. I think we may have a playset for Geki Break, but if not, that's our third.
I don't get a reroll. Whatever I get is what I get. I cannot get upset. Let me see. Pack number 1, another copy of Raigeki Break. That is the third. And a Geki Guy or Panda if we want to visit Panda Burn again. He's very nice to have. Got a super rare Coffin Seller. That is really, really bad, actually. Coffin Seller's not good. Oh, an ultra rare. I have to dig through here. I have to see what everything is here. We got the Type 8 Spell Shield, which isn't too bad. And then we got a Lava Golem to add to the collection. I know Alex already has 2 of these bad boys, I think. It's not going to be something that I don't think becomes relevant until later on, unless I want to tackle a burn strategy, but I think we're a little bit too early on to consider something with that. There's some nice ones coming in there. Another ultra rare with the Interdimensional Matter Transporter. Not too anything good, but the Necro Valley is pretty hot there. I'll definitely take that, as well as a second copy of Gravekeeper's Guard. Super rare question. My question is, where's all the really good fucking pulls, bro? New Doria is actually something pretty cool in the rare slot. I didn't get a New Doria in any of my openings beforehand. I forget where this card was even initially released, like Pharaonic Guardian, I think. Didn't get any copies of it. It would be nice to pair with the Pyramid Turtles. But now that I've been getting them in the side packs here, it might be something to consider.
You know, come to think of it, I don't remember if I didn't pull Magical Merchant or if I only pulled like one of it, but in any case, seeing one of this is actually pretty nice. Another Archfiend Soldier for our little beatdown deck isn't terrible either. And Deskawala, even if we want to change things up and try to go for a bit of a burn strat, like aggro burn, I think we may have only gotten one of this before, because it was a rare before and it's still a rare now. Okay, there's a Luster Dragon. That's a nice feature to get, but it's not dark or light. I think the Archfiend Soldiers just outclass it a little bit if we want to stick with that strat, but more importantly, we picked up another Spirit Reaper. I think we only pulled one of this card, so if this is our second, this card doesn't get limited for a while. We can actually take advantage of multiple Spirit Reapers, so that would be pretty good. Oh, we got a third Sakuretsu armor. Let's go. We have the playset now. That feels so good. Holy shit. I don't know how many Tsukiyomi I pulled either, and so I think I have at least one, so this gives us at least 2 of this card as well. It's interesting how these reprints sets just round out our pool so nicely. Ooh, that's actually sick. That's our 3rd copy of Skill Drain. We pulled 2 of this in Dark Crisis, and this means that we now have a full playset if we want to go the Skill Drain beatdown route. I'm not sure if we have good enough monsters yet to fully commit to that strategy, but depending on like what Gage is playing, that could be a consideration.
Worst ultra rare of the set, I'm willing to bet money on it. Another Metamorphosis, though, I think that's my second one. Card's already banned at this point, I think, so there's no really reason to collect multiple of them. Another super rare question, nothing too relevant. I think that's our 3rd Magical Merchant finally finding its way into the collection. Another Necro Valley. Ooh, that's kind of hot, actually. Having more than one Necro Valley is really, really neat, and a Judgment of Anubis isn't too bad either. I'm pretty sure that's my 3rd. But having multiple copies of Necro Valley is very exciting, because that gives me the opportunity to visit Gravekeepers as a strategy. I don't know if it's the way to go now. I'm still waiting for cards like Recruiter and Descendant down the line, but it could be something to consider. They do get pretty beefy. I haven't gotten more Spy, though, which is something I'd like to have. Another ultra rare, Skull Archfiend Lightning. He's not too crazy either. Kaiser Coliseum. That is a crazy card, though. Another super coffin seller in the last few packs here. I haven't gotten any Spy. That was the one really exciting thing I was looking for, is more copies of common Spy, but I haven't gotten them. So I don't consider this opening too fantastic. I don't have a choice. I gotta keep what I get, though. Skill Drain is big. Well, I think that's my 2nd copy of Skill Drain. It's my 1st. Alright, last pack. Getting crazy. Let me see it. Absolutely not. The 2nd copy of Skull Archfiend Lightning. Got a lot of ultras, got a lot of good stuff there. The super rare Necro Valleys are kind of clutch. Let me see if there's anything I can do with this. I don't know if I'm going to change up what strategy I had in mind already. Let's take a look.
Alright, you guys, only a few packs left of Dark Revelation 1. I gotta be honest, not like an amazing opening, but we've actually gotten a lot of very useful cards. And most importantly, we now have a playset of Saku. That's a really big deal. So let's flip it up, see what we get here. Exodian Necros next. That's exactly what I wanted. I actually think I only pulled 1 Wave Motion. I don't know if I'm ever going to play Burn, but I guess it's good to have if I want to try that out. Second to last pack here with Breaker. This doesn't look like it. Another Tsukiyomi looks nice. Good question. Of course, fantastic. Last pack. We get a Breaker. Can we get a Breaker? Please? That didn't look like. What else? Elma? I don't think we're going to be able to do that, but okay. I mean, this is about what I expected out of this set. Some interesting cards, right? We have another Skill Drain, some Sakuretsu armors, we have a Gravekeeper's Guard, we have just some cards that rounded out the rest of our pool, right? Not really too much to complain about. I think aside from Breaker, I wasn't ready in particular, but the set is so large, it's so unlikely we're going to get something we really want, so I think I'm actually just going to lock this in. I don't think there's much reason to re-roll this. I think we can do better in later sets, but let's go ahead and get to building. We've got some work to do.
Finding ourselves with something familiar in front of our faces here. We're back on the Yadolon deck that we fought before. Literally one of the most anticlimactic openings yet. Dark Revelation 1 did not treat me well. I did not get anything good that would change literally anything about this deck. I think we're rocking with the same thing, just the inclusion of Phoenix Wing Blast from the Flaming Eternity episode prior. I think this deck has been the most well-rounded thing that we've had consistently throughout the series. Trying the Calm Control was just something to give me a little bit different. Maybe give me an edge if Alex didn't expect it, and it didn't pan out. Cards like Giant Tornado and Dust Tornado that I knew were going to be mainstays in this deck now have just been able to topple the red floodgate strategy that I've had. So I want to go back on what we know was doing well, and that is this Yadolon strategy. We were able to pull it off, for Christ's sake. Maybe we can do it another time. Just looking at it, I feel like this is the most well-rounded deck that we have at our disposal. I want to give it another shot before, trying something else. Like, we work with our strategy. We're almost on 3 streak here. Don't want to give myself a bad name. Trying to stay in the winner circle. Let's see what Alex has come up with, if he's changed anything up, or if he's still sticking with the tried and true.
Okay, this is probably the worst idea I've ever had, but if we get to pull this off, Gage is never going to live this down. Introducing Ben-K OTK. So, if you've never seen this deck before, this deck centralizes around Armed Samurai Ben-K. This card reads, for each equipped card equipped to this card, it gains 1 additional attack during each battle phase. So, what we're trying to do is stall the game out long enough that we can assemble Ben-K plus a myriad of equips, including Axe of Despair, Big Bang Shot, United We Stand, Mage Power, etc. Buff this guy up and just kill Gage in 1 single turn. How are we going to do that? Well, Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu is a flip monster that allows us to get these equipped spells to our hand. We also have Magical Merchant, which can do a similar thing. It can get us any spell or trap, though, and we're going to need this card's help for sure. We also have ways
I haven't bought these months yet. Oh shit.
The last few episodes, Level Limit, Area B, and Gravity Bind. I was thinking I could just bring my old deck into today's episode, but I figured Gage is probably expecting me to do that, so I want to try to one-up him this time and and play something completely off the wall that he's not going to expect, and I think this is definitely one of those decks. So finishing off the rest of the deck, we have Chaos Emperor in here because we are playing a bunch of lights and darks, and so this is like a secondary fallback win condition if anything. Benkei's a dark, the merchants are light, so we have the synergy for it. Cyberjar's in here to help us amass our combo pieces. This card's dangerous because Gage has a lot of powerful cards too, but if we're missing like one combo piece, we could flip a jar and maybe that gets us there. Warrior Lady and Exile Force are here for additional utility in tandem with reinforced of the army. We have the Kotetsus. The Mystic Tomatoes actually float into Benkei, which is nice. We can also go into a Sangan or a Spirit Reaper if we need to stall. The spells are 2 Acts of Despair. I think this is neat because we get to show off actually some of the cards from these side sets. Like, Acts of Despair was originally Ultra and Magic Ruler, but I think it was like a common or a rare in Dark Beginning, and I had like 4 of this card. So I was able to actually do this thanks to the side sets, and so I want to experiment with some of the decks we weren't able to play with before because of the way the Progression Series was structured in Season 1. So Big Bang Shot's another one in here that allows us to pierce over Gage's defensive monsters, if he has any, but it's just a way for us to get an additional damage and not waste a hit with Benkei. Cold Wave is sort of like a Heavy Storm or Giant True Nade to ensure that we just win the game automatically. Just not realizing Cold Wave doesn't exactly do what I want it to do in this deck because I was trying to use it as a substitute True Nade because, like, in Go format, they could play through True Nade and a Heavy Storm, and unfortunately, I don't have access to that. So, I actually think I need to swap this out because if I Cold Wave, I can't equip all my stuff onto Benkei, and that's pretty bad. So, I think I'm just going to put the Confian over this. If anything, Confi will rip a card out of his hand that could possibly stop our combo, so I guess we'll just do that. That's fine. But True Nade is like the main combo piece, so the nice thing about True Nade is that it gets rid of all of Gage's back row, but it also bounces level limit and Gravity Bind to our hand because Benkei is unfortunately a level 4. I wish it was a level 3, that'd make this way easier, and so we kind of need to draw True Nade. Alternatively, like, we could go for, like, a Dust Tornado on our own level limit, I guess, which just seems terrible, or if Gage just has, like, one back row, we could dust the back row, let's say we don't have these up yet, and just throw all our equips on and try to kill them that way. So we have multiple avenues to kill, but it's going to be very dicey at best. We have Mage Power United, we stand on the equip spell front as well. Remember, we didn't initially get these in LON like Gage did. We got these in Dark Beginning, actually. And so, again, we're actually able to play this deck because we have all the equips. Pot of Greed, Premature, Rodent, and Smashing Ground for the spells. And then the traps Call the Hunted, Double Dust, Double Gravity Bind, and Imperial Order, Ring of Destruction, Triple Threatening Door, another card to allow us to live, and Torrential Tribute. And then when this deck inevitably fails, or if we win game 1 somehow, I'm just going to side up all of the cards for the Benkei OTK combo and go back to my other deck that was playing the Berserkerillas, the Chaos Sword, Sasuke, the 2 Shining Angel, the Skilled Dark Magician, 2 Archfiend Soldier, Cold Wave, Double Fisher, and Triple My Body as a shield. We can take out most of the combo pieces. I think we have to keep, like, United We Stand, Mage Power, maybe, like, Cyberjar in the deck, but these are fine. We're kind of playing a beatdown style of deck anyway, so some extra attack points isn't the worst. And Cyberjar is a bit iffy, but again, I think we can make it work. It's only 1 card in the 40. How bad could it possibly be, right? So, again, this is pretty gimmicky, but I just want to see if we can just do it one time. Just one time, if we can beat Gage with this, I will be happy. We'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to do
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And this seems laughably easy. Never mind the fact that I missed. What happens if I pick up a barrel? Alright. Yeah, this is stupid. Me brain dead. Is this literally the entire game?
Alex, the second reprint set of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series, not just of this season, of ever. Isn't it exciting, man? I feel like it brings a whole new breath of fresh air into the series, just seeing these reprint sets, having another stab at like cards that we didn't get before. What do you think, though?
Right, I think it definitely adds a different layer of how we have to think about, bans now, since we add that into the mix, and different decks that we can actually build as well. I was thinking about how, I missed these cards in these other sets, and then it's like, oh, there's like my third copy of that, second copy of that, right? I imagine you were doing a lot of that in your opening as well.
Yeah, I was able to get a lot of surprisingly good comments and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I really didn't get 3 of those the first time. I remember.
I know, it's crazy. And it's also scary too, because I think it makes our decks more powerful inherently as well, because stuff that we may have missed out on and maybe had a slight advantage over the other person in those sets, maybe now the playing field's a bit more even, but we'll just have to see. So I'm ready to get into it, buddy. Let's shout out the patron is Jonathan Nathanson. Thank you for the support.
Alright, RPS kind of clobbered us for you. Still use that dice?
I'm chasing the die, actually. I rolled a 6 and 6 for scissors, so.
Alright, fair enough.
Going second seemed to work pretty well the last few episodes, especially if you're on that same cloud control deck. So let's see what you're up to.
Alright, let's see how it goes, bud. Good luck. I'll just stand by me. I will set 1, 2, and I will set the third one. It is a monster. I will just pass to you.
Monster, okay. Interesting. I'll go ahead and draw. This card is significantly worse current board state, so I don't know if I want it. Yeah, let's just fire it. I'll copy it.
Oh!
Let's see what you're up to.
Alright, you're gonna get a little peek here. Go ahead and take a pick.
Oh, shitballs. Okay. Well, you would think CED is the immediate snap here, but Zaborg is also quite scary.
He's kind of nuts.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, see, because you can just, like, if you have a flip effect, you can flip it, do something that sappers or possibly probably ever. I'm up to here. CED is also terrifying. Alright, yeah, you know what? I'm a gambling man. I'm gonna hit Zaborg.
I mean, at least you know I have a CED, and so you can play around it probably, but...
Yeah, for all the good we'll see. I like your style, so I think I'm gonna do something similar. I'm just gonna T-set pass, play right into your blasting.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'll go draw it, stand by phase, main phase.
Sure.
I'm gonna flip up the merchant, okay?
Okay, thank God there's no dark yet.
Oh, it's a really good merch. I'll definitely take it. Tell you what, Alex, I won't even add the end. I'll just activate it.
You can fire it, that's fine.
Cool.
Damn, I should have saved that confiscation!
I'll gladly take 2 more cards off the top of my deck. Let's see what's next. So it's a set card. Literally it. Tell you what, I kind of just want to get a look. I'll play it a little slow. I would activate swords. Let me get a peek.
Interesting. It's gonna flip my Iron Blacksmith Kotetsu.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, you can. Does the flip effect activate?
Yeah, it does activate. I don't know why everyone thinks that doesn't activate. The flip effects 100% activate with each sword. So, with that, then, I have a decision here. I'm going to grab a copy of Mage Power.
Okay, that's A-okay with me. With swords up, not gonna matter too much. I will just set another card. Best case scenario is we can get another Sukiyo. We did have a chance to get another copy of this set. So I will go into my Tycoon.
Sure.
And then I'll go battle phase and I'll poke over your guy.
I will activate Gravity Bind.
Why are you on this shit? No! I thought I could pass this.
You're so fun the last 2 episodes playing this garbage. I thought I would give it a shot.
That's gonna be fucking lame. But it is fine. I'll allow it. Go ahead, your turn.
Okay, this is gonna be a fun game we're gonna have. I'm gonna draw. I'll just set 1, and we'll just go to turn 1 on swords. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Turn 1. I will draw. I'll just throw the merchant into defense, and I'll pass.
Guess we're just chilling. I'll draw. Stand by main. I've got another back row. Turn 2 on swords.
Alright.
Brilliant gameplay.
I know, right?
There
Super
are a few
intense right
interesting
now.
trinkets here.
I'll just draw, set, pass it over to you, buddy.
Hey, you know what? I like your style so much. I think I'm gonna do the same. Swords is fine.
Alright, 5 swords. Okay. Put in a lot of work. I'll draw, stand by me.
Sure.
I need gravity behind it, please.
It's not so fun when it's on the other side of the table.
No, it really isn't. I will just set a card, and I'll pass. Go ahead.
This is going well. This is going well. Okay, I'll draw. I will set. I will pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by me. I'll just pass. Go ahead.
Hey, draw. I will flip the magic player.
T-roll.
Okay, T-roller. That's exactly what I want. Attack. I suppose I will throw it to you. Not much of a rush.
Okay. During the end phase, I'm gonna play around with dust shoot because that would ruin my life. So I'm gonna activate the Wing Blast. I'm gonna pitch a stack of Redstone armor for cost here. Now I just gotta decide what I want to stack. I don't mind giving you the gravity bind back. Put that back on top of your deck.
It's going.
Okay, cool. I'll draw. Put myself to 3. Stand by me.
Wing Blast is in the graveyard.
Oh, that's right. You. Okay. I'll just enter my battle phase. Got something?
Do I have something? No, this is fine.
Okay, I will Kaiku into the immersion.
This is what, 16? Sure.
Cool. I will made 2. I will set a card. And, here we go.
Okay, could be drawing literally anything off the top here. Main 1. I'll set a back row, and I'll draw 2.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by me. I will set a card, and, I guess I'll just pass it to you.
Don't even want to try it?
Nah, I kind of feel it back there.
Fair point. Fair point. Alright, I'll head into main 1. And, I mean, just same old, same old. There's really much of a rush. I'll just set another one, throw it to you.
Jesus, exhausting. Okay. I will draw. Stand by phase, main phase.
At some point, something's gonna give you.
Yeah, right? Something's gonna happen. It should be very soon, I hope. I'm going to summon Genie Warrior Lady.
I think this is too juicy not to try. I'm gonna torrential.
I'm actually 100% okay with torrential, Alex. That's fine.
Figured as much. Okay.
So everything can get dumped. Okay. I'll just pass it over to you then. I'll do it.
Okay. We'll draw. Not the card I wanted, but terrible. I'll set one, and I'll just throw it back.
Okay. I will draw. Stand by phase, main phase. Alright, I'll activate Premature Burial. I'll pay the 80, and I'll target the
Green Warrior League, huh? I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll summon her.
Sure.
Time to go battle phase.
Sure.
Declare.
What we got?
I don't know why she's moving like that, but... Okay, so level 4s can't attack, that's fine. I'm okay with this. Okay, so I'll activate Chain Dust Tornado. I'll target the gravity mine.
Dust the gravity. That's fine.
Okay.
So that goes through. It is Kotetsu. So yeah.
That's fine, you can get your search, and I will keep the Warrior Lady.
I imagine you'd like to keep it. I'll grab myself, this time, a copy of United We Stand.
That's A-okay. I will remain 2. I will set a card. I'll set another one, and I'll just pass it.
Okay, we'll draw. I'm gonna go ahead and smash the board.
I will change my...
Here's the store.
Okay, so pretty much is just kind of stick it on from there.
Then I will set a card and set a card. First.
No problem. I will draw. Stand by phase. I will wait for the order. I'm going to keep that thing around.
Interesting game we have going on.
Yeah, let's break back and forth, I'd say. Alright, put up the witch block.
Eventually.
Alright, now that witch is up, let's go battle. You got anything?
I do. I have a threatening rule.
All-Star Season 1. Love to see it. Alright.
Card is pretty good. We're gonna try to put some work in the early games here.
Alright, so no declaration. Because again, I will be pleased to see you. And I'll just I'll pass it. Well, go ahead.
Alright, sure. I'll go ahead and draw. I'm going to flip my Mystic Tomato. Battle, let's try to kill the witch.
I will activate my Ring of Destruction on your Mystic Tomato. We'll take 14. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. So go take 14.
Animal test 6308.
Tomato dies.
Animal hypostasis
Fortunate, but at the end. Oh, that forces me into second main. Now I've got to. Well, I don't think I have much of a choice, so I guess we'll go for it. I'll banish a light in the dark.
Absorption test.
Okay.
See. Figured had something.
My body doesn't against Imperial orders.
Nuts. Alright, well, we're slowly trying our best. I will set one, and thinking if there's anything else I want to do. I think so I will just throw it over.
Alright, no sweat. Draw. Alright, I'll hit my standby phase, and I will keep the Imperial order. I feel so powerful saying that, man. I will go main phase 1.
Sure.
And I'll just take it straight to the battle phase.
I've got another threatening roll.
Okay, alright, it's fine. I'll go main phase 2. I'll set a card. I'll throw my witch in defense. And screw it. I'll throw the warrior.
Just walling up.
Yeah, you know. Balance guy.
Okay, we'll draw. In one, I'll set a card. Go ahead.
I'll draw.
My plan is just to let your IO kill you with this one.
I'll go stand by phase, and I will pay off the IO. Okay. I will make phase 1. I'll banish a white and then dark.
And I knew you had this.
Well, you didn't know I had this spell.
Oh, I did not know you had that fella. Okay. Yeah, sure, that's fine.
So, I'll go attack, now go down.
Believe I have the third one.
And that's one. I'll go main 2, and I will just,
Okay, please. Oh my god. That's not bad, actually. Oh, fairness, it's kind of funny. Okay, main phase 1. Alright, I mean, I guess I'm gonna try, right? I will activate level limit area B. That's the turn.
Does it do anything under IO?
It does not do anything currently under IO.
Awesome! Okay, cool. I know what you have now. You got like a dust tornado or something like that. I'll draw.
You gonna pay for the IO, buddy?
I will pay for the IO.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna pay for I'm gonna restrict the battle. I'll take flip and switch.
On declaration, I'll activate Dust Tornado on you.
I thought so. That's gonna be fine, okay?
They all go to defense.
They do. Defense. I'm gonna make phase 2. And, I will set on it. It's easier.
Okay, I'll draw. Main 1. Fuck. Oh my god. Why can't I get this one to here? Okay, well, go big or go home, I guess. I will activate Dust Tornado targeting level limit area B.
Yeah, okay, wait, you can't. It's only opponents that you can target.
It's opponents! This was never happening again. Alright, well, in that case, what can I do with this? Wow, this...
You know what? I actually just came up with a conspiracy theory. So, remember this rollback? Yeah, that happened like 3 days ago, where they fixed new Villettes, quote-unquote fixed. Now then, why do you think it took them 4 months to realize and fix this? And then immediately afterwards, they would do this? Well, obviously it was because the potential and most correct answer is probably just that the Hoyo devs are fucking slow and stupid. But yes, there was also a lot of backlash when that happened. But what if, and hear me out here, they did this fix intentionally so that they could do a rollback with free Primo gems? Why would they want to do that? It's a publicity stunt, a marketing ploy, something to get on the good side of the people. You know? Tinfoil hats. Tinfoil hats. That's all I'll say. Tinfoil hats. After. Okay, back to the
More
Yu-Gi-Oh!
embarrassing now that I know that. Wow, this card sucks compared to MSC.
I know, right? It's definitely gets under IO, so.
I guess it gets under IO. That is true. Just go.
I'll draw for turn.
Just go.
Standby phase, main phase, anything.
Yeah, just put me out of misery.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll banish a light in the dark. I finally feel like he's safe enough to put down.
Yeah.
CD, anything?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna show you this because I thought the dream could have come true. Finally, I drew Benkei and had 4 equips in my hand. I fucking one-shot you into oblivion.
That's a good thing having your level limit.
Oh god, yeah, if I would have drawn this instead of level limit, I could have dusted your IO, and assuming if this wasn't anything real, I could have just won. But, oh man.
I guess you don't want to show me that one.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
We'll see. I'll take the game one.
I'm so mad. Reading cards! Imagine reading cards, Gage. I'm so upset. I'm gonna get roasted in the comments. If there's gonna be someone who's gonna make a patron name out of this one, oh my god. I was so close! I was so fucking...
You tried to get the one-up on me with the dust tornado. I never season 1, Alex. I know the rules. You can't dust your own cards. I was there with Insectors, I think that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to dust my own cards and I couldn't. So I had to learn the hard way, bud.
You know, in all fairness, I did not have dust in Season 1 either, I don't think. So I guess that was my lesson. And I guess I don't play enough old formats to remember this. I'm gonna go second, and we're gonna see how this goes, buddy.
Alright, buddy. Good luck. I'm gonna stand by me.
Sure.
That's so bad. I'm just gonna throw down Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer,
okay.
And I will set 1, 2. Remove it out.
Okay, draw. Interesting. Smash Kaiku.
Yep.
Okay, got that far. Now what the hell did we do? What did I see in the other game? I saw all the good traps, basically. IO, I saw Ring. Yeah, just keep it simple. Let's run out of Shining Needle.
Yep.
Try to hit for 40.
It's okay, Mike.
Okay. Second main, I've got 2 Macaroons. And I'll throw it to you.
Right, I'll just set a third. I'll pass to you.
Okay. Raw, I guess. Keep on the pressure. Let's bring out Spirit Reap.
Oh, God, that's actually really good. Okay,
try to hit for 3.
3's gonna be fine. You can get the rip.
Ooh, I get the hit. All right, let's hit this one.
Okay, it's Sorcerer.
Okay, it's a dark, thankfully. 14.
I'll take 14.
I've got a third back row into the Emperor column.
I'll draw. Stand by me. I will just set a card. I'll pass it to you.
Okay, try it. Warrior Lady.
Yeah.
Warrior Lady.
It's Merchant.
Okay.
So I'll do my Merch. Oh, no.
Switch.
There goes that. Space. Okay.
I would... No, I want to banish here. This puts a lightning brave. Well, if you do have CED, I have a 50-50 shot of hitting it. If you don't have CED, then... Do I care? Actually, a tough call. I'm gonna draw a card next turn. I'll play the odds. You don't have it.
Okay, cool. Alright, good, great. 3. I'll take the 17 total. Get the rip.
Let it rip. Hit this one.
This has not been good. There goes my Yada.
Ooh, okay, so MST's the last card. Max, go ahead.
Draw. Stand by me. I will pot agree.
Would you like to MST?
Yes, I would like to MST.
I'm just gonna force you to use it, I guess. Sure.
Alright, if there's any way to keep me alive.
I'd agree to help you do it. That's an anime moment and a half right there.
It would be even better if I drew something where I was actually feel like I had a chance. Alright, I will just I'll set a card and I'll have my turn. Go ahead.
Okay, at the start of your main phase 1, Cold Wave.
Wow, I guess I'll chain them last, huh? And I'll stack your the Shining Eagle.
Sure, so Angel on top.
Okay, you're good.
Wave resolves. Battle, let's see here. So, get an extra draw. It's a 2-turn clock regardless here. I'm trying to think if there's any reason. Okay, I'm gonna hit with Warrior Lady no matter what.
Yep.
I'm debating on Reaper. There's an argument to not hit with it. It's debating if it matters. If I hit with Reaper, you go down to 14. Shining Angel hits you exact. What am I afraid of? You're under Cold Wave. Warrior Lady deals with any... Fuck else hit you. Yeah, whatever. Alright. I'm way overthinking this. Go ahead. Pathetic card.
It actually was pathetic. That was completely worthless.
53!
Not go my way, dude. What a speedy game. Alex, I can confidently say that game 2 did not go at all as supposed to.
Well, you know what, buddy? The game 1 didn't go my way at all.
Sorry, so it's only
Even now.
So that means that game 3 should be epic. It should be a climactic moment of the progression series. One to remember, and I think I would, if I remember correctly, going second seems to be the way. So I'm going to choose that.
Alright, we'll see if it pays off for you, bud.
Good luck to us. Good luck.
Hey, I haven't gone first in a minute here. This is kind of scary. Alright, what are we going to do? Alright, I guess let's get to it. I will normal Berserk Gorilla, and I will set 2 cards and throw it to you.
Hey man, no problem. I will draw. Stand by phase, you got anything? No dust shoot. I'll take it. I'll draw, main phase 1 pot agree.
Gross. Wish I had the IO for that.
I know you do. I'll take 2 more cards off the top of my deck. I will activate Swords of Revealing Light. Then I will choose to set a monster. Pass it to you.
Good. I'll go ahead and draw. Main 1. Well, this kind of sucks. Berserk Gorilla can't attack. probably set something to kill the gorilla. I think I saw Night Assailant gain 1, and I like torrentialed you for 4. Could also be Merchant as well, I guess. Yeah, let's just Rhoda.
That's fine.
I will grab good old Horse of Exile. Run him out, sack him off.
Yep, that's okay. It is the Merchant.
Merchant, alright, I'm sitting pretty. Go ahead, turn
Alright,
one on
I'm
something.
sitting better, man. I will put the 1 on Swords. I will stand my feet. I will set another card, and I will set a face down. And it is your move.
Okay, you're entering turn 2 on Swords. I've got a back row and a throw back to you.
Alright, simple enough. I'll draw, stand my feet. Sure. I'll flip up the Magical Merchant. And I'll use it.
Second Merchant, that's fine. Yeah, go for it.
Prohibition, I'll take it.
Okay.
Let's go. Okay, I will tribute the Magical Merchant for Vampire.
Ooh, sure.
Cool. Don't want to really just crash into your gorilla, but I'm okay with just keeping Lord around. I got another turn on Swords, so I will just pass it over to you, bud. Go ahead.
I would like to crash my Lord. That would be ideal. I'll draw, need 1. Well, Swords expires this turn, so I guess I'll set a additional face down. Over to you.
Alright, Swords is gone. I'll take my draw. Stand my face, main face. Alright, do some cleanup. I will summon Exile Force.
Force is mine.
Big Force guy, gonna get over the Berserk Gorilla.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So I can get lose Berserk. That's okay. I mean, excuse me, the vampire.
I was like, alright, if you say so.
Yeah, I'll just have my turn. Go ahead.
Interesting. I'm gonna dust on that face here.
Okay. It was another copy of Prohibition.
Now I know you have another one. Thank you. Main 1, let's just take out your vampire. I'll activate Mage Power, and we're gonna get swole.
Yeah, he's big as fuck. Okay, that's fine.
He is 4,000 after I set an additional face.
Alright, I'll change 2,000. And Vampire Ward only activates on card effects, so I won't be able to.
Correct. Big motherfucker out here, Mage. Go ahead.
I'll draw, I'll go stand by these main base. I will
Sure.
just set a card. I'll pass it to you, bud. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Main 1, I'm going to Call of the Haunted Exiled Force.
Oh my god! Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Sack to pop.
Yeah, it's tomato. Jesus, relax.
Okay, Paul stays because the monster's tributed, which is fantastic. I'm gonna set another back row, and we're gonna hit you for 4,500.
Yeah, bro, that's a big gorilla. Okay. I'll draw, stand by me.
The one gorilla to rule the series. This is amazing.
I'll just set, and I'll pass. Go ahead.
Oh god, please tell me I can click this up. Draw, maybe summon Sasuke?
Yep.
Hit with gorilla?
Okay, it is, Night Assailant. So the Night Assailant's gonna have to get
You have to kill the Sasuke! Alright, we're sticking up. Go ahead.
Draw. Stand by face, main face.
Sure.
I'll set 1, 2, go. Your turn.
This is amazing.
I'm holding on for dear life right now.
Second.
Oh my god.
45! It's sacred credit for 1,000!
I'm gonna take 1,000.
Oh my god, he's under the CED threshold. Go!
No! Oh my god! Oh, that could have been huge!
Straw CED?
No, I did something that I can't even use.
What is this game?
Oh, dude. Oh my god. I just lost.
Oh, just scoop him up to the Berserk Gorilla, buddy. Ooh, god.
What a shit, man. That's not even I'll go Kaiju.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not even okay. I'll go battle phase.
I'll threatening roar. I don't
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure you did. Damn! Oh my god! I should
hit the C button. Hit the C button. Ah, let's go.
Dude, you know what I should have did? I should have made the most heads-up play ever and throw him my body so I could take that exile force. That would have been crazy.
That would have been insane, especially considering you had 2 copies. Okay, so what was your theory bringing in Prohib?
So my theory with Prohib is it was like going to be another way. The one card that I've been absolutely terrified of when I'm trying to stick CED, and it was why I held it the entire game last time, is Bottomless Trap. So I try to either throw myself into a my body or something that can play through it. So I mean, if I'm able to exile one of those options by just prohibiting it, and then I mean, it makes it a little easier to get through.
There's still one more minigame type I want to experience that I still haven't.
Which I thought you might have to protect from the exile force. I didn't realize how consequential it was. I also think I should attack with that fucking vampire. I left it up because I was like, he doesn't have anything. I totally forgot. He definitely showed me Gauge Power the first time around.
So, I mean, in all fairness, I did have Threatening Roar if you did try to do that anyway. So, I even had a second Threatening. So, like, I don't know how much of a difference it would have made if I'm being completely honest, but it could have, right? It just sucks too because you don't want to lose your Vampire Lord to, like, battle, right? And you didn't know I kept it. Like, you can tell I sided out of the Benkei stuff. Yeah. That was my plan all along. My plan was try to get, like, a cheesy Game 1 win with Benkei, and then when that fails, which, it failed, side back into, thankfully there's 15 cards to take out, and then I can put in my old deck, basically. I had to keep stuff in, like Mage Power and Night Stand, but since I play Beatdown anyway, I can actually afford to play these cards, and it's not even that bad. And it's even funnier, because that's one of the reasons I actually ended up winning. But yeah, no, I see your logic with this card, with Pro Hit. It's something that, it's really hard, right? Like, you didn't know Berserkerilla was gonna spiral into this monster.
Oh, like a 45, he's fucking guard into it. It's so mad.
Right, and like you didn't know 3 turns ago when literally the first turn of the game was normal summon Berserkerilla. I don't think you would have expected Berserkerilla to be on the board 7 turns later, but also be the reason you lost the game on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, I really should have addressed it earlier. The swords, I kept them bay, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, alright, so DR1, how are your polls? What'd you get?
Bro, it was awful. Honestly, if I could tell you anything relevant I got, I like
anything relevant.
No,
Nope, this is just more fraud stuff.
Rounding out playsets and stuff like that. Like I ended up getting my 3rd Sakamatsu, I'm the 3rd Raigeki. Sure. Other than that, I didn't get anything from this set.
There's supposed to be a minigame where we fly around or something.
I didn't. I decided to bank it. Because I feel like looking at the set, the major things that hit Breaker, which is an Ultras, like good Buffalo, right? One thing I'm really pissed that I missed out on, it's a rare, but with these side sets being so massive, it's actually pretty easy to miss rares. As we saw in Dark Beginning 1, we had the same problem. I actually missed Tried Infected Fires as well. Right, exactly. And it's like, am I going to waste a resource to try? Well, try's good. I don't know if it's like that good. I mean, it's like a fine card, right? But there's other ways to get Tribe too. Like, for instance, I can spin the wheel next episode, so I will have a chance to get it that way. But same thing with you rounding out playsets. I got a 3rd Skill Drain, which is nice. If I want to play like Skill Drain Beatdown, I actually have the full playset of that now. I got 2 Sakuretsu, so now I also have a full playset of Saku. So that felt really good. I think I may have rounded out Raigeki breaks. I got a 2nd Spirit Reaper, actually. I didn't play the 2nd one, but I have it in case I decide to in the future. And I know Spirit Reaper gets limited eventually on some ban lists later on, but I think it's not limited now, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in any case, I have a 2nd one in case it ever comes up.
The one thing, you were talking about rounding out playsets, and the one playset that I wanted to round out, that I didn't end up getting any of, actually, is Gravekeeper Spy.
Can you get a single spy?
No, I was so worried about getting some spies, because I was like, I had 1 spy in my original pools, and I was like, I'll get your board, and I'll buff it out, because I got 2 Necropounds as well. I was like, yo, that could be pretty hot if I want to build some Gravekeepers later. You know, Fruiter and Descendant, they're pretty good cards. I didn't get no more Gravekeeper Spies. I was stunned. Unbelievable.
If it makes you feel any better, I would have to go back and check, but I'm almost certain I also did not get any spies. I got an additional guard. I think I only pulled 1 guard out of Pharaonic Guardian, so I have an extra one of those now. But nothing else yet. It's weird how it's just like commons and rares, really. And even the rares, we didn't even get that many good rares on top of it, because there was just so many potential cards. Like, I got bullshit like Question
What are these, actually?
Like Battle Supers and Ultras. I'm sure you did as well.
Of course.
But, yeah, but I mean, I guess that's not the way the progression series is. It's funny, like, we were thinking the reprint sets were going to be like, holy shit, this is changing everything. And, like, it sort of did, but not really, you know?
I really wish I did Mulligan my first Dark Beginning pulls. I remember telling you how good it was, and I still look at it back to this day, dude, those pulls were nuts, and I should not have gotten rid of my Snash Steel, as well as the, what was the other one? Magician of Faith? The first Magician of Faith in the progression series, and I mulliganed it away, bro.
Can I say, Gage, it felt so good knowing that you could not change your heart by position.
Whatever, I'm ending things. May as well do this.
Because that's like one less time I'll be able to sack the right to do for it.
Right. You know, it's funny though, looking back, I was kind of giving the reprint sets some shit, but actually looking at my board right here, Mage Power and Call of Haunted were both my equal of
Dream.
that reprint set then No, this would have actually happened in this exact scenario, so it's kind of funny. We also get to see Threatening War up in this episode, and my theory with this card is, I didn't really get to talk about it much last episode, because this really wasn't enough to, but my theory is with you playing like Godalock shit, that not only if you CED, it prevents me from getting clocked by an Emperor for like 3K, but if you go CED and I change Threatening War, it prevents you from Godalock. So at least it buys me a turn. It may not matter, but at least one turn is better than 0. And in certain instances, just stopping you from attacking. As we've seen in Season 1 of the Progression series is very powerful, but I don't think we really gave this card enough credit in, well, I didn't give it any credit because I didn't pull any. But I'm curious to see how this card plays out in the early stages. It is a minus things, but there are times where we think we're going to connect with our dudes, and like one stop of the battle phase could turn everything around. So
the very important part about it too is chainable. It being chainable is
yes.
a very, very big deal.
Yes, absolutely. Good game, Spike. This was a weird episode.
This was, man. It was actually pretty intense for the duels, I will say. I'm surprised I lost this one. I thought going back for sure on this would have been unstoppable, but now, man, now you should be quaking in your boots because I have a ban at the ready. So could be.
You have a ban at the ready, but I didn't really talk about this all that much at the beginning of the episode. I have a Snatch Steal to redeem from the wheel.
No way! You're startle and then you need to take something from my collection?
What can I say? You've already won, like, way more than I have. It's my turn to turn the tables. So, the first ever Snatch Steal in the Progression Series Season 2, how you and I decided to do this, because we talked about this, like, many different times and never really decided on a clear way to make this work, and then I think now that we've sort of seen how Progression Series 2 has played out, we sort of came to a consensus on how this should work. So, what's going to happen is, at the beginning of next episode, because of course
I don't want to do the flying squirrel puzzle.
I need to pick any card from Gage's collection and not take the card from Gage's collection, but take a copy of that card. So this way, it doesn't feel so bad for Gage that he loses out on something powerful, but it just gives me access to something as equally as powerful. So it's sort of like a Starlight Rare wild card in a way, but it's a bit more limiting, so you don't just get to pick from everything. So I don't know what I'm going to pick next time. I was kind of fuming because I picked the bad change of heart and then saw the Snatch Steal, and I'm like, just